Moving is never easy. Who said it was easy? That's one of the reasons that I made this channel, to help you navigate through the state of Utah. There's a lot of do's and don'ts, and that's what we're going to cover on today's video. So if you're considering making a move to the state of Utah, this video will provide some assistance. So let's get after it right now. Welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the local area. And on this channel, we talk everything about the state of Utah. And if you want to find out more, you may consider tapping that subscribe button down below. And you'll be notified every time I release a new video. And apart from making videos, we also help people buy or sell real estate right here in the local area. And we absolutely love it. So if I can be of any assistance, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. 7 days a week, we got your back when moving to the U state. There's a lot of do's and don'ts. First on my list, do get a Utah license plate. By having an out-of-state license plate, it may bring on some unwanted comments or some unfair judgments. Now, I've never heard of anyone being harmed or their vehicles being damaged by having an out-of-state license plate, but Utahns love their freedom of speech and they're not afraid to tell you about it. Especially over the last couple years, the political scene is nothing like I've ever seen before all across the nation. It's widely known that some people are moving from certain states to other states due to the political climate. And there are some Utahns that are afraid that those same political views will be brought into their state. Now, I think it's false. Nearly everyone that I talk to that is leaving or escaping their current political situation is not looking to bring those ideas to Utah. I have a don't for you. Don't assume that the state of Utah is an area with $100,000 homes and $500 rent, because it's not. Some people get the impression, because we're not as widely known as the big cities like LA, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., New York, Miami, Seattle, that in the state of Utah, you can buy a $100,000 home or have rent for $500. If you do hear about a $100,000 home or low rent, let me know, because it may be a scam. With the large amounts of growth that we've seen and the huge job growth and the good paying jobs, it has created an environment of low supply and high demand. In general, around the country, areas that have $100,000 homes or lower rent usually have lower paying jobs or higher unemployment, or areas that are less desirable due to maybe the climate, the crime situation, or many other factors. For the last 30 years, we have seen continued appreciation in property prices and rents. Even during the big crash of 2008 in northern Utah, we experienced a small decrease compared to the rest of the country. Now in southern Utah, there was a big drop. But like any downturn that you come into, people will dump their vacation homes or their second homes before they get rid of their primary residence. And St. George area has been known for a second home community or a vacation rental place. Do save a lot of money for your move. Now, if you're in the military, you won't have to worry about this because the military will move you. But if you're having to pay for the move yourself, that's a different story. Gas prices over the last couple years have gone up and up. And if you're renting a moving truck that gets 7, 8, 10 miles to the gallon, it will cost you a lot of money just in fuel plus the truck rental price. The high fuel prices have also caused the moving companies to increase their rates. So if you're looking at having somebody pack you and move your goods, it will be at an increased rate. Also, those pods that you put your items in, they deliver it to your next location, they've gone up in price too. Well, they have to be transported by a semi-truck, which runs diesel fuel, and diesel fuel is over $5 a gallon. The cost of moving isn't the only thing that has gone up. Flights have gone up. So if you're constantly flying to the state of Utah and back home for many different visits, those flight costs have gone up. Also, short-term rental rates have gone through the roof. Many people will rent an Airbnb property while they get their rental ready to move into, maybe for a short time period, or maybe they're purchasing a home and they need some short-term property to stay in, so they'll rent an Airbnb. Well, those rates have gone up. That also leads me on to something else. Timing is everything. So let's say you're selling a home in another state and you're buying one here. One option that you do have when you are selling your existing home is to ask for a lease back on your home, or maybe some states will call it a rental on your home. And you're probably wondering, how does that all work out? Well, in a simplified version, basically you would close on your existing home, have everything signed, sealed, delivered. If you had equity in that home, you would be paid your equity, and then you would pay a small fee to lease your existing home for a certain period of time. Maybe it's 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. You would write it in a contract. And this option may be cheaper than renting an Airbnb. Sometimes Airbnbs can be $6,000, $7,000 a month. It's really nice if you can rent your existing home until your purchase in Utah is ready to move into. I have another in the do category. I would recommend that you do plan a trip. If you're not familiar with Utah, maybe take a short vacation and see what it's all about. Get into the neighborhoods, see what they look like, what it feels like. Drive to the ski resorts, drive to the recreational areas, drive to the airport. I can also provide you with a list of available homes that are for sale if you just want to drive through some neighborhoods. Also, I can put you on a feed for new listings that pop up every day under a certain criteria. And what is really popular is a list of sold homes for a particular city or area. So many people love this list. They will, if they're in the state of Utah, they will drive by these particular homes, get a feeling for the neighborhood, what the home looked like in real person. Some people will just go on Google Earth, zoom themselves down onto the street and spin around and look at the whole neighborhood. At the same time, they have in their hands the important information, the price, the size, the address, and it really gives someone the feel of what their money will buy. They're looking at a $650,000 home, and they know it's X amount of bedrooms, X amount of bathrooms, and they can make the decision, yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking for, or maybe I need to up my budget to get what I really want. I have another don't for you. Don't fall in love with the house first. Check out the neighborhood, the community. Is it an area that suits your vibe? Is it a low crime area? Or maybe you want to live in a high crime area. What are the amenities like? I mean, shopping, movie theaters, stuff like that. Things that are important to you. Maybe you have kids that go to a certain activity, football, baseball. What is the drive time like to take your kids there? Speaking of a commute, do you have to travel for a job? How long of a distance do you have to travel? Maybe you have to see a specific doctor or a specialist. How far away is that individual? School district, very important one. Is it a school district that you want to put your kids into? I have a saying that says, houses come and go all the time, but the neighborhoods and the community seem to stay the same. So in conclusion, that's some of the do's and don'ts if you are moving to the state of Utah. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, reach out to me. Glad to answer anything that I can. And until the next video, take care and stay safe.